Hey guys, it's your girl Wandika. I know it's been a long time. So I wanted to come back on here and share some books that I've been working on, and hopefully they will be ready for Black Friday sales or Cyber Monday sales. But I mean, it's taken me a while to get here because, as you guys know, I made a major life change. I moved from Louisiana to Utah to teach at a university, which I am very happy to have gotten the opportunity. I think that I needed a period of readjustment because it's so different. And also, part of it was having to dismantle my enormous craft hoard, which for me, I think was part of my identity for a while. And even though, yeah, I've been a teacher and I've been a writer and I'm an artist and I will always be those things, I think when I got into like bookmaking and other craft oriented things and I got all of these supplies and built it up over 6 years, and then I had to dismantle it when I moved. And the only part I feel really bad about are those that I didn't get to give to people who I know would use it. Well, I did get a chance to give a lot of my subscribers, at least, how many of you? 10, 12 subscribers got boxes that, as long as they paid for the box, the shipping, they got it stuffed with a lot of stuff, and I'm so happy to do that. And then, there's this little story about how a girl who, when she made toffee with her mother, I mean, it's like a parable kind of the story with a moral kind of story I learned when I was growing up. So she made toffee with her mom, and a friend came over with her mom, but it was like unannounced, right? And so the girl was worried that she would have to give away all her toffee, and and so she put it underneath the bed, right? And when the visit was over, she went back to look under the bed, and the dog had eaten all of the toffee. So she didn't even get any of it. So I think that's what kind of happened with me, because when I was making the boxes, there were some that I was like, oh, this is kind of nice. I want to hold on to this. So I hold on to some stuff that I said I'm definitely going to ship it. And it just turned out that didn't have enough time because I was making so many moves. I was going to a writer's retreat. I was telling you guys about that. And then I had to go to my sister's, so I was gonna I sent a lot of stuff to my sister's because I wasn't sure where I was gonna live when I came to Utah. And so I did that, and then I ended up having to leave it outside and abandon it and say free stuff for the people in the apartment who, I don't know. I mean, I guess it was around the time where it's like people are doing back to school things, so there's that. But I was like, I know so many people who would have loved this stuff, and I just had to abandon it. I gave so much though. Don't get me wrong, I gave a lot of stuff to Goodwill. I gave a lot of stuff to my subscribers. I mean, I sold some stuff. I gave away furniture. I sold furniture. So I really think that, it wasn't like as dramatic as I'm making it out to be. But I think because I had to get rid of that part of my life, in order to make it manageable for me to move, because I came here with 2 suitcases and all my boxes of books. 2 boxes got lost in the mail, by the way. 2 of the significant boxes. One had all my manuscripts with all my stories and my novel. Sure, I had stuff saved in the cloud and on my computer, but like the handwritten stuff, gone, right? And another thing was that they lost a box of books. They say it's in recovery. I've been trying and trying and trying to get it back, but I can't reach a human being. So I don't know. This is from August, and I'm learning slowly what books I've lost. One of the things, like, if I know what the book is that I lost, I can always repurchase it, right, over time. But the things that I've lost are things like I lost, that all of 2017 I had books for documenting my days. Some months had 2 or 3 volumes. And so I discovered I lost my May book. I lost one of the April volumes, no, one of the June volumes, and the October book. So those can never be replaced because those document my whole month and had personal things in them. And that's in the box that I know they said could not be delivered, but it's sent to recovery. And so it's somewhere, and I kind of feel bad that my manuscripts are just out there somewhere. I just hope that they destroyed it. I'd rather know that it's destroyed than, somebody has it. But some things were published, some are not, but still, I want that with me. But anyway, so that was part of why I think it took me so long to get back to making books. Or I haven't even painted, but I have put up my paintings around my apartment, the ones that I've reframed, and but I have been crocheting. Like, I made an Afghan which is so crazy because this is the biggest project I ever made. And something I wrote on my Facebook, I was like, I think I was looking for a kind of comfort being here on my own, being in this new place, having to start my life over again, which is part of what happens, because graduated, now I'm Dr. Gail, and now I have a really good job, and it's a visiting position, so it's, the contract is for a year. It's a small town, and there are lots of small town charms about it. They have like a fountain place, like you think about soda fountains. They have these parades. It's like they have a sheep parade, and a couple days ago they had like the storybook parade, which is sort of like one of the holiday parades, and it's very family oriented. And so part of that is why I feel a little outside of the culture in a number of ways, obviously, because they'll prefer to be known as the Church of the Latter-day Saints. And a lot of that influences how they operate their businesses, the kinds of laws that get into effect. And you came here, to this place. And so it's sort of like you feel like you have to abide by the culture. Not to say that you have to become converted, but a lot of things, like for instance, most places are closed on a Sunday, because a lot of the workers go to church on a Sunday. And in a way, it reminded me of being in Jamaica, but not in a comforting way. And that's what happened with me, because in Jamaica is a predominantly Christian country, and so lots of places close on a Sunday as well. And it reminded me of my not being at home kind of thing. And so I've had to adjust to a lot of things. It's not unusual to see young people like 19, 20 married with children. And that's just part of the culture, just part of the faith. And so I think even though I was informed about a lot of things when I came in July to check out the campus and talk to faculty, it's very different to experience it. And I'm a naturally solitary person. I like my solitude, and I do think that I flourish when I have to do my writing. And in fact, my writing has been okay since I've been here, and it has not been compromised in that way, because I think a lot more. I think a lot more here because I'm forced to focus on things that are making me feel depressed or excluded. it's informed a lot of my writing. And that whole notion of the immigrant experience, it's taking on a different feel here than it did in the South. So I think when I was in Michigan, it was a different experience. When I stayed in Georgia with my family, it's different. When I'm in Louisiana, it's different. And here I'm finding is also different. And so it's not, I always knew that the experience of the immigrant is not this monolithic thing where everybody experiences the same thing, but it's something that I've come to understand about myself and place, and how it helps to how I move and exist in this experience, in this world, in this particular part of the country, and why I feel the way I feel about things. I must say that the people that I work with are very accommodating, and they really want to make sure I'm okay. Many of them have offered to give me rides, and I appreciate it. But as I say, I'm very solitary, so I either rather just walk. And it's been good because I think more, and I get ideas for my stories more. But I do go to the events. Anybody invites me, usually go, and it helps. You feel less solitary when you do that, but at the same time, I think it's just part of the lived experience of being different. It's something that you're just gonna have to deal with. And I'm not complaining, but it's been interesting intellectually, emotionally, spiritually. It's been a journey, right? And I think maybe that was part of why I didn't make books as much. I didn't feel motivated to make books as much, because I was working through something, I guess. And because you conceive of yourself differently when you're in a new place, because you're forced to, And I've come to like Sundays here, and I take these little Sunday walks, and I call them my sensory walks, because I don't look at my phone, I don't listen to music, I just look. I can hear the wind in the trees, and it's very peaceful. The only thing is that when I conceived of coming here, I finally, after graduation, that my first place would have a porch, and I'd get to do my kitchen garden, and I would have an extra room where I could get another large easel, because I had to get rid of my large easel. And so I was thinking that the first place that I end up in after graduation, I would have that kind of homey feel, and maybe it will happen. It's just that we'll have to see. It was so difficult to find a place because it's a college town, and most people, when they were coming back, they had to make arrangements. You had new people coming in, you had freshmen. So getting a place to live was pretty hard. And so I felt very lucky to come across this place that was furnished, and I just had to put my touches on it and my stuff, and it's been feeling more and more homey. Spent a lot of time here. So I'm going to show you some books that I've made, and some of them will be available on my site, as you know, and of course they will be discounted because it's the discount season, with Black Friday being tomorrow, or today if this is when I upload it, or on Monday if I upload it on the weekend. We'll just have to see, but I will make it available at a discounted rate. And it's really good to be back. I feel a lot more settled in myself, and I I feel like I had to cut myself some slack because this was a major change, and anytime anyone goes through a major change, because I went through several changes this year, some I won't go into because they're kind of personal, but I'm glad that I'm back to being more settled in myself. Alright, so I got this book at a thrift store, and I knew immediately I had to make a Christmas book. And so it's not unlike other Christmas books I've made. I just have 2 signatures in here. T dyed the Christmas paper, and I had some of these from my old Christmas, my personal December daily. I had some stuff in the tuck spots, so I just used them here because I don't have a lot of supplies, but this was on the cover or the inside cover, and so I just made it a little tag. This was something I got at the thrift store. No, it's for making some woolen thing, but it had like the snowman in there, so I thought that would be good. I had some of these left over, and these are avocado skin dyed, so they look pink instead of brown. So I'm even back to tea dye, avocado skin dye. I had a little list in here. So lots of space to customize it. Some writing paper. Yep. So cute little book. thank you guys so much for sticking around, for being patient with me. I mean, I no longer do daily planner. I haven't documented beyond April of this year. So, and part of it too is thinking about having to ship it and knowing that I may lose it in the mail. But more so because I think I was a little bit off center. I wasn't feeling like my old self, and things that used to give me comfort didn't give me comfort anymore. And so maybe I'll go back to the daily planners, but I'll definitely do more books because I felt excited when I went to Joann's that time and they had like 70% off paper, and before I've seen their sales and I was like, meh. But this time I was like, I can make something. And then I found this thrift store they have here, and they had these old books and stuff, and so slowly came back to it. So I may do more. I may do even some more painting because I got some canvas and I got some watercolor paper. I got more stuff. I mean, I don't think I'll ever have a box bigger than what I told you guys. Those who follow me on Facebook, I have this small little box, and then I know I do have a wooden box now, which is a little bit deeper. But I don't think I'll have the hoard that I had before. Even if I do spend more time here in Cedar City, I don't think that I will accumulate that, because I think I traumatized myself having to get rid of it or having to kind of downsize, which is very, very important when you are moving, because you want to go with the best things. You want to go with just the essentials that you need. And I'm glad I did it that way instead of getting like a U-Haul, which would be more expensive, but still, what would have been the things that I would be spending money to take with me that couldn't be replaced over time. So I think that this is how I would go. Like, if I have to go to a new place, I'm gonna go with 2 suitcases and ship my books. Just keep like the more personal books with me on my person. That's what I'm gonna do for next time. Anyway, guys, so don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I will be back. I'll see you guys next time. Walk good.